Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of June 8th through June 14th, 2025. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. Now, this is the sequel to my other #1 Amazon International bestseller, which is One True Home, Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. Both of these novels, plus my other book, Angels of Faith, they all can be found in print and Kindle form, and that's on Amazon. And for those people who like audiobooks, those two novels, those two #1 novels, I Am an Angelic Walk-In and One True Home, Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, are both available on Audible. I'd like to thank everyone who has liked and shared, subscribed, recommended my Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel. And if you become a subscriber, it's absolutely free, and you will be notified when I upload new videos. I'd also like to thank those people for their generous donations for my free content. And if you feel moved to donate, I have left my PayPal link in the description box down below with all of my contact details for my remarkable healing practice, which is Angel Healing House. If you want more information, please go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. Now here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we do pull runes and tarot cards and oracle cards, sometimes Lenormand cards, but to start off with, we always look first into the astrological heavens to see what planetary and celestial energies are affecting the collective. Right off the bat, my angelic family, who I am part of as Angel Ariel, the posse of angels, is very anxious today to start off with the breaking news that the fifth dimension grid is finally anchored here on planet Earth. Woohoo! That means that the collective on Earth has had a tipping point of a higher frequency quantum energy shift to make this happen. Yippee! Now, in essence, the shift has occurred because you are the shift, and those high dimensional energies are available now for you to play in and to create with. Many in the collective were programmed to believe that spiritual evolution was something difficult to achieve, when all along it was not a process of actually doing anything, but more about letting go and surrendering to our divine, eternal natures already within us, rather than pushing any other agenda through hard and difficult efforts. When we release any dense energies of needing to try hard, as many did in their former limiting paradigms, flowing in and with this delicious frequency happens naturally. Okay, so it's nothing that is challenging or that we have to control or force. It's more like letting go, as the posse of angels and I have said for the past 22 years since I walked into Claire Candy's body, that it is our divine eternal nature, and to let go of anything else that we've been programmed to believe in order for that to shine forth. So, happy June, everyone! And with this anchoring in of the fifth dimensional energies, especially if you have felt like you are stagnant, if you've been uncertain as to what your next path of service is going to look like and the best direction for you to move in, then the planetary energies of June will soon be coming to the rescue and bring in clarity regarding wish fulfillment. How about that? Now, as I mentioned in my previous video, The past 5 months, for many, may have seemed like an eternity, as many in the collective co-created with spirit the presentation of certain people and events to challenge us to the core in stripping away those last karmic contracts, um, uh, last karmic contract energies in order for us to finally find closure. And while it may have been agonizingly painful and difficult for some, Spirit organized this so that we could resolve it with unconditional love and forgiveness and compassion. This was so important so that we wouldn't drag those unresolved energies into this fresh new month of June and the new beginnings that will start to manifest for us. Again, woohoo! Even if we do not compare June with those first 5 months, many will experience it as simply inspirational as we are beginning to see progress with new doors opening and offers that will make us feel like celebrating and make us feel so happy and so joyful that in fact those challenging 5 previous months will become a dim memory and soon just fade away. Tomorrow on June 8th, we will go from Mercury in Gemini, which is all about our mental overthinking, logic, rationale, trying to figure life out, to Mercury entering Cancer, which will encourage deeply felt soul communications. Whereas we could rationalize and justify the heck out of our emotions when we were in Gemini, Cancer has us literally getting to the heart of matters, making sure our words match our energies and our energies match our words. Remember that with so many having elevated their consciousness and clearing old programming, we've made space for only that which is also evolved and of higher frequency. Make sure to be conscious of your thoughts, your words, and make sure all communications and the stories that you are telling yourself, they are of the highest frequency. For in the mere utterance of them, this is how powerful and sovereign and magical we are. In the mere utterance of any words, they can either liberate us and make our frequency soar high, or they can entrap us in the old programming of our ancestral lines. Mercury in Cancer will help many to express themselves from their deepest emotions in their hearts. And speaking about Mercury, it won't retrograde until July 18th, 2025. So that means that the next 50 days or so are bringing us a lot of communication, a lot of information, free flowing for us to have forward progress. Now, the reason for this is that karma is real and it is now being served big time. In fact, the posse of angels is saying that for those of pure heart, the universe is not only rewarding you, but it will be restoring all those stagnant years as we shift years ahead in our timelines. Okay, the posse of angels just showed me a vision of them. And I'm hearing, sort of march, 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 march. And they're dressed as drum majorettes. And they're blowing whistles and twirling batons because they're heralding and about to celebrate a really big cosmic event of the year. On June the 9th, we'll have Jupiter, the planet of good fortune and expansion. It's saying bye-bye. It's leaving Gemini, and it's entering Cancer. I guess the posse of angels is about to kick up their heels and twirl away because Jupiter only changes signs once a year, and this change will spark new ideas and new inspirations. With Jupiter being in emotional Cancer, the year ahead will somehow seem softer, kinder, more generous, and it will have more of a sense of a sensitive energy. This will have many in the collective focusing on collaborations, connections, community, and what security and comfort matters most to their hearts. Many will crave a sense of belonging to finally experience emotional abundance. This is the reason that many will be making plans to move over the next 3 months, perhaps because they have found their soul tribes. With Jupiter entering Cancer for a whole year, it will have a full 12 months to work its magic on us. And where many currently find themselves work-wise, location-wise, relationship-wise, will not be where they will be in a year from now. One of the great things about this event is that Jupiter feels very much at home, warm and fuzzy in Cancer, very free, very comfortable in bestowing blessings, gifts, and abundance. With this big event coming soon, the Posse of Angels is asking us, please observe carefully whatever opportunities emerge when Jupiter changes signs on the 9th of June and in the days and weeks following June 9th. Then, on June 11th, we'll experience a fiery Sagittarius full moon, as it will connect with Eros, the sister of Mars. She is the goddess of discord and strife. Her feminine, fiery energy helps us to stand up for ourselves, no longer making ourselves small to appease and to satisfy others. And while we might experience intense emotion, Sagittarius's passion and hunger for life may just be the kick in the pants that we need to go on more adventures. Get out of your comfort zone and curiously explore the world to discover more about ourselves. Now, the Posse of Angels is suggesting that to work best with this full moon, it'll be of greatest benefit to unapologetically be yourself. Drop whatever pretense that exists that we have to perform to a certain standard and allow ourselves just to have the F word. Yes, that's right. F-U-N. Have more fun. And just a heads up that we have one of the most sacred, most powerful days coming up on June the 13th, or Friday the 13th, which, contrary to accepted beliefs, is one of the luckiest days of the year, as it's associated with the 13 cycles of the moon and women's 13 menstrual cycles a year, because it holds powerful, divine, feminine, goddess energy. In 1487, the patriarchal force was fearful of powerful women and sought to suppress this empowered, free-thinking energy, and they demonized Friday the 13th, leading to many women healers and midwives and clairvoyants and intuitives being falsely accused of being witches and burned at the stake. In Old English, Friday means the day of Frigg, or the North god of fertility and love, a day which should be reclaimed and it should be celebrated. Now, the Posse of Angels is circling back to their suggestion to have more F-U-N and sharing for all of us to loosen up, drop whatever masks and roles that were never ours to play. By being blatantly and unashamedly you, don't be surprised if you start to wiggle. Now, those who followed me on my Angel Healing House Blog Talk radio shows for 12 years, and also my Views from the Balcony program, may know that when I get excited, I start to wiggle. Like a child when they hear the theme music for the Dairy Queen truck in their neighborhood. That's here in the U.S., but when I lived in Australia, it was the Mr. Whippy van that brought the ice cream to your neighborhood in Australia. And you'd hear the theme song, and you'd start to wiggle, or getting excited as Christmas draws ever closer. Allow yourself to get excited about life, for this will be the cue to your group of angels to start connecting the dots and match your excited celebratory frequencies, bring you more to celebrate and certainly more to wiggle about. The posse of angels wish to remind all of us that there is no more waiting to feel joy and happiness, and we certainly do not need permission from anyone to live our lives passionately, to speak our truth, to be ourselves, to walk away from anyone or anything that no longer serves us for our highest good. I mentioned in a previous video that those days of being programmed to usurp our wishes and our desires for others, or to save anyone, or save the world, or sacrifice our happiness for anything, those are long gone in the dust of our last karmic cycle. Finito, done. It's over. The posse of angels is celebrating, and every one of us, as they see the enormous grief and trauma and challenges that we have contended with and experienced, but also they see the crown on your head, the crown of victory and radiance, as we've transmuted so much of that hurt and sorrow into beautiful golden energy to seed this new golden era here on planet Earth. Like the phoenix who was burned to the ashes only to rise again in new form, Spirit watched as our former lives burned and we chose to not be defeated, but to embolden our faith and trust, to lean on the light, which helped us soften and return in a much stronger and greater energy. Now, in this way, we chose to no longer chase after the light, but we looked possibly for the very first time at the dark in order not to bypass it, but to integrate and learn from the dark and then to transmute it. In this way, we have become holy leaders of our own lives, and we're creating incongruence with Spirit to speak when we feel divinely led to, and to step forward in service when we are called to. In this way, we have become who we were always meant to be, our divine, eternal, sovereign selves, and we have come home. Now, lastly, as we enter June, the posse of angels wish to remind all of us to dream and imagine what you would like to see manifest in your lives. The more time you invest in yourself, your joy, your happiness this month, the quicker you will see your wishes and goals manifest. Use June's magical energies to get crystal clear what you wish to manifest in your life. And remember that no dream is too big, and that your wishes are not in competition with anyone else's wish fulfillment and joy. Bring out your biggest and your grandest wishes. In fact, start to wiggle with excitement, as if you choose to hold Aladdin's lamp in your hand now and cultivate your grandest joy. Why? Because you deserve it. The posse of angels decided for us to start today with our runes. And these are the 3 runes that came out for us. The first one is Dagaz. It goes like that. The rune Dagaz. Dagaz is number 22, and it's the rune of breakthrough and transformation. It's the rune of seeing the light of day. Dagaz is the final rune of initiation. It signals a major shift in the process of transmuting our lives, a 180-degree turnaround. Now, the posse of angels is sharing that there comes a moment in each life which, if recognized and seized, changes the course of one's life forever. In my novel, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, I share the extraordinary way that I met my twin flame, Pete, my husband, after only 5 days. He asked to marry me. And without any hesitation, I said, yes, of course, yes. That was 22 years ago. And best friends, supportive, wonderful, wonderful mates. We are on our twin flame journey for the last 22 years. Even though this Dagat's breakthrough moment may call for a complete leap of faith, as I was led to say, yes, of course, yes, after knowing this person in this incarnation for 5 days, but I knew that they were sending me my twin flame. The scope for achievement and prosperity is so vast now that we step from the darkness into the brilliance of the light. First rune. Next comes Anzus. Anzus is the rune of receiving messages. Whoops! That didn't fall on the floor. Of receiving messages and signs, and signals. Now, Anzus, following Dagat's, is showing us that this communication and information is about a new life unfolding, a breakthrough, the new connections, surprising events that connect us with new paths along our new journey. This is interesting because our previous rune, Dagat's, is the last rune in the initiation cycle of the runes, and Anzus is the first of the initiation of those runes, meaning that we are starting again fresh on a whole new path of initiation, except, unlike our former, very difficult, challenging, former karmic paths, this one will be so much easier because there's no chaos and there's no drama and there's only full of lots of support, as Anzus brings with it a sense of family solidarity. Our new soul families coming in to support and help us with our wish fulfillment. Beautiful. And the third rune that we have, what else would it be but Kano? Kano is the opening. It gives us renewed clarity for dispelling the darkness that has been shrouding some area of our lives. This is the message that you are at the beginning of a new venture. You're free to receive now. Beautiful, beautiful runes. Thank you very much, Posse of Angels. Next, we are going to which deck? Let's see. Oh, that's right. They chose cards from this absolutely gorgeous deck, Dream Song Oracle. Do check out other decks by Angie, A-N-G-I, Sullins. Absolutely magical, magical images on these decks. The first one out of this 3-card story that came out is this one. Turn your back. This lady is showing us her butt. It's number 33. What's this one all about? Well, turning your back confirms our channel that our previous karmic cycles are done and dusted. And it's of most importance to honor the sacred within ourselves, to say no to the people and things that we are no longer resonating with, and to firmly cleave to what feels essential, joyful, and wonderful now. You know, the Posse of Angels is reminding us to not be swayed by someone else's approval of us or our achievements. The light which you now carry is so sacred that you need to fiercely protect it. We protect it by embodying it, by speaking our truth, by being transparent and honest, being authentic. The more we practice self-kindness, self-generosity, protecting our most valuable treasure, our light inside, our pressure inner resources we learn to be comfortable in simply saying no to anything that does not resonate with us. It makes those things which we do say yes to even more important to us. And that's number 33, that master number. Next card that we have for us is number 4. And it's tend the roots of reciprocity. And this is of massive importance this month, as many in the collective will be presented with their soulmate family, their connections, relationships that will lead us to new karmic partnerships to support and help us to step into our new paths of service, to contribute to this new era of light. Now, the posse of angels and I have mentioned in previous videos that the reasons that many of these souls will be so deliciously familiar and so comfortable is that we have known them in previous lives, especially in the golden age of Atlantis. Whether these new partnerships lead to romance, negotiating business contracts, or beautiful friendships, they all have the hallmark of working out divinely. And I love in this card the way their hair is entangling with each other. It just feels so wonderful. And 4 is the number of stability, security, a very strong foundation. Stability, security, and just having that overall sense of comfort with these new partners of ours. Beautiful card. Next we have number 3, ending this story, which is 30. 3 is the number of miracles and creation. Grow your wishes. Love it. Use June's energies to get crystal clear what you wish to manifest in your life. The word that they are using is to shamelessly nurture your wishes. Remember, your wishes do not need to make sense to anyone. And to dream, and no dream, again, is too big, too outlandish, too impossible for God, Source, Creator, your angels and spirit guides to work, because they work in the realm of miracles. Get excited. Get enthusiastic. Get your wiggle on. The word enthusiasm literally means to be filled with the Spirit of God, and who better to partner with when creating fabulous wishes? After all, to be filled with the joy of your limitless free will potential to create is to walk hand in hand with God's Source Creator. When you wish upon a star, when you blow those dandelion thistles to the wind, when you wish with all your heart, and you wish with all the love that you possibly can muster up, you're spreading out the welcome mat for your wishes to find you. Beautiful. Let's go for additional information, and we have the Oracle of Mystical Moments. It's all the way over there, so I won't grab for that. But this card came out, which is the Rose Garden. And this card is all about wholeness, integration, and strength. You know, there are many in the collective who have been waiting and waiting to be shown their next direction to move forward with their lives. But our new mission, our new path could not have shown up until we finished off going through the time of integration that we are currently experiencing with this great breakthrough, this great shift into the 5th dimension. After all the downloads that we've received and been given time to integrate. We see the butterfly reference, which is a time of transformation. just like Dagat's told us, breakthrough and transformation. And the posse of angels is congratulating us. They are saying this because of and not in spite of all of the challenging thorns that we had to deal with, that we have turned into beautiful butterflies and roses. Isn't that beautiful? I've often said that we learn our best lessons in life through hardship and through adversities, because if the lessons came easy, most of the time we wouldn't learn anything. Next two cards that are coming out for us are 42 and 24. The change of seasons, which is just the confirmation that we're going into that breakthrough and that transformation and the change of seasons in June. And then we have the Mermaid's Love, which is about partnerships, connections. And these two on this card, they're partners. It doesn't matter that one is of the earth, the man, and the lady is of the sea. But this beautiful union in friendship, in business, in romance comes together in a higher frequency. Because they've cleared and healed all former programming, their triggers and reactions, they're now filled with unconditional love, mutual respect. Their differences make them stronger and more balanced to now love and to support each other. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Let's finish off with a card deck that I unearthed from a box of tarot cards, which I haven't used in ages. It's called the Indigo Goddess Midnight Oracle. I found these cards, magical cards, on Etsy years and years and years ago. Don't know if they're still available. They are very magical. Let's pull one card. No, they're saying two cards. Okay. Two cards. 1, 2, 3. All right. I'm almost flipped over, but not quite. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see what's going to come out. Wishes granted. Didn't we just say that? Look here, looky. Didn't we just have a card that said that? Grow your wishes. Dreams are coming true. Prayers answered. Miracles. Because your spirit guides and your angels and God's Source Creator, they all work in the realm of miracles. Ask for more. Get your wishes as big and overwhelmingly wonderful as you possibly can. And there's the luck. Jupiter going into Cancer. And the next card, the Rabbit. There's our luck. Quick return. Efforts are rewarded. Fast pace. Temp work. Efforts are rewarded. And there is our luck. I hope all of that has been helpful for you. Remember that Walk-In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom airs every week on Saturdays. If you would like more information about my remarkable healing practice, Angel Healing House, please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. And if you're interested in these remarkable channeled books, One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, and I Am an Angelic Walk-In, and I forget to show you my beautiful children's book for all ages, Angels of Faith. Please do go to my website, angelhealinghouse.com, or Amazon, or Audible, because those two novels are audiobooks. Go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I hope you have so many reasons coming up in June to wiggle, and I'm wishing you love. And as always, angel blessings, and I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.